going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love. If you are here, you can hear me clearly. Please drop y'all ones in the chat. Please drop y'all ones in the chat room. Drop y'all ones in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly before we get into today's show. Drop y'all ones in the chat if y'all are here. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly so we can get into the show. See if you guys can hear me. Okay. Awesome. Shout out to everyone in the building. And of course, we are back right here on Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Of course, I appreciate all the love and the support. If y'all are here, do me a favor, make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Hit that like button. Share today's show. We are going to get into it today. But before we get into it, I'm going to give you guys some shout outs that's in the chat room. Shout out to everyone that's tuned in the clouds. And we're going to get into today's show. Yes, we are. Shout out to Miss Angie. Shout out to Miss Angie B. Salute to you. Always coming through and holding down the Chizat. Shout out to you, Miss Angie. Shout out to Boot Camp in the building. What's good, Boot Camp? How you doing, Zaire? Good to see you. Shout out to Bob in the building. What up, Bob? Shout out to Miss Camille in the building. Hey, good to see you, young lady. Good to see you. Shout out to Cuzzo on the check-in. Salute to Jeff Reviews. Salute. Shout out to my man Tony Anthems. What's good, bro? Shout out to Tony Anthems in the building. DeAndre, what's good, DeAndre? Peace to you, brother. Shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to y'all, man. Happy Friday. We have to talk about this, man. We have to talk about this because as y'all know, and if y'all don't know, I spoke on this whole Derek Jackson situation. There's a whole playlist called the Danae Jackson Archetype. Where basically I exposed that Danae Jackson was not a victim of Derek. That what people was trying to say about Derek and all of that stuff, it was not true in that woman's case because that woman, she was down with it. And now, based on what we've saw, or if you guys haven't saw it, we're going to watch it today. We're going to take a look at it today. We're going to see that what I was saying the whole time, it actually came true because today's show, Black men, have we already been branded? The man versus the brand, as y'all see on the thumbnail. The man or the brand? The man or the brand? Who's actually the problem? Who and what is Danae Jackson actually married to? We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that today. Bayside D Love, salute. Shout out to Double C in the building. Salute, salute. Carbon Copy. What's up, Carbon Copy? Double C says the brand. What up, NICU grad? She says, Lord, I couldn't watch them two cheating niggas sitting around talking about cheating. What up, Millman? Carbon Copy says, peace to the most amazing people on earth, inventors, entrepreneurs, the original man and woman. It's time for y'all to be great. Shout out to Carbon Copy. Let's get into it, man. We're gonna get into it. Let's get into to Derek's interview on the Dear Future Wifey podcast. Y'all give me 1 second. 1 second. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. That was a phone call. What's up, ES? What's going on with you? Shout out to Handling Jones in the building. Shout out to Handling Jones in the building. But we're going to get into this article. We're going to get into this interview that Derek did on the Dear Future Wifey podcast. You know, shout out to those guys over there. You know, they've been bringing some real good content for people to get into. So we're going to get into it. Shout out to everyone in the building. We're going to get into it. Definitely black men are branded. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Ms. Angie. Fair use, fair use, fair use. This is for educational purposes only. This is for educational purposes only. YouTube. We're going to get into it. Derek Jackson says he's reaping what he sowed. Now, just off the title alone, right? We could kind of already know where he's headed. Now, if y'all remember, if y'all didn't, like I said, go to the playlist section of the channel, check out the playlist, the Danae Jackson archetype, where I spoke on what was going to happen behind all of this. You know, everybody thought Derek was getting ready to get ran through the mud. It was over for him. And like I told y'all, this could have been a whole play for him and Danae. So now we're going to see if this was a play or not, because as I said, we got to watch and see if Derek ever comes out and says he was wrong for anything. Because if he comes out and admits that he was wrong, then we should know what we dealing with here. We should know. And I see you, grasses. The question is, who branded them? Did they do it themselves? Let's get into it.
and subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified about upcoming episodes. Listen, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you consume your audio podcasts, make sure that you rate this video and leave a comment. That's how people hear about us. Thank y'all so much for making a Dear Future Wifey podcast consistently top 10 in relationships on Apple Podcasts. I thank y'all so much. Today's episode, as we talk about tough topics in season 7, this is a person y'all been wanting to have on the podcast. This brother needs
about myself, but this one is a little bit different because it involves, things that kind of hit closer to home. So I felt like I could contribute something to the conversation. If it's going to be had, I think it's best if it's had with both sides of a story, and one day whenever my children do see mommy and daddy talking about this, I want them to see where we both stand and hopefully how we both resolve things. So that was it, man.
You say, Mom.
There it is. So from the gate, all the shit y'all been saying about Derek, he's this, he's that, he's a horrible guy, da 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 da. Guess what? Guess what, ladies? It doesn't matter. Guess what, ladies? You've been duped once again. Y'all love a toxic love story. Don't we love a toxic romantic novel? Huh? Like True to the Game. All of those hood nigga tales. It's nothing but toxic love stories. This is what the black community love to watch. I told y'all have to stop loving reality TV because y'all don't know when y'all are actually watching reality TV. And this is what you've been watching with Derek Jackson and his wife. You've literally been watching a toxic love story. And see, now, after they done sold y'all on this, now they have to come back and clean everything up. And who are they going to use to come back and clean everything up? The guy or the person who the brand is about. That's who? That's Derek. That's Derek. So now it's time for you guys to hear Derek's side of the story. You see? Now we're going to give y'all the part of the story where we make up and when we become better people to be better parents to co-parent. Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound like the same characters that you watch in Love and Hip Hop? Let's listen to it. They done got us again.
Mommy and daddy. So your ex-wife or current wife, I know y'all going through whatever y'all going through. Danae was on the podcast. A lot of times people, when I did the episode, I was laughing a lot on the episode. She has this funny wit. She has this I say this little Seinfeld humor.
Yeah.
Was that something that attracted you to her at the very beginning?
Yeah, she had a sense of humor since the beginning, man. You wouldn't think it because she's kind of an introvert.
Right.
So she doesn't feel comfortable talking to new people often, at least she didn't. or in big groups, but like once she gets comfortable or when she feels like she can trust you, she opens up and she's hilarious.
and so that's what happened in my pre-interview with her. I was talking to her. I was like, this girl is hilarious. This girl is funny. So we did on the episode, a lot of people's like, they're talking about serious stuff and they're laughing about it. Why are they? And she was like, Lateris, if you weren't laughing, I wouldn't have been able to do no 2.5 hours of an interview with you. It'd have been too heavy. I like the fact that you got my humor. And I said, I bet you that's something that Derek found attractive in her at the very beginning.
Among other things, man. Yeah. For sure.
We say other things like what?
Man, first off, when I first saw her, all I knew was what she looked like. You know? So pretty face, nice shape, all that stuff. But I like that she was kind of like me in terms of like when you look at her, she's not the stereotypical thick, cute black girl, at least, you know, this at 19 years old.
Right.
And when people looked at me, they felt like, oh, you know, he's a jock. And, you know, I think you said that in the interview, matter of fact, which is not bad. But, you know, at the time I was fighting a lot and stuff like that. But
you said you were fighting a lot?
Yeah, man. I was just, you know, knucklehead, man. It's 19 years old. But beyond the surface, though, you know, I'm a lover. I'm kind of soft. I like R&B music. I read romance novels at this point. I write poetry.
You was doing that at 19?
This nigga selling it already. This nigga is selling it already. This nigga said he used to fight a lot. He found Danae to be so attractive. So all the shit that y'all was saying, oh, Derek probably never liked her. Derek never found her attractive like that. Look how he's coming back to clean up all those narratives. I told y'all should have bought that girl classes. Y'all should have spent that money with that girl. Now y'all done made Derek spin the block and clean up all the shit. I told y'all should have spent y'all money.
19 years old, man. So like that version of me that's like, okay, it's not what you see is not necessarily what you get. It's the exact same thing with her. You know, she's not stereotypical. She's like Taekwondo and, you know, Justin Timberlake and stuff you wouldn't necessarily think, man. But all of that is what drew me to her. It's like my authentic self just felt safe and at home with her.
How do you feel today? I want to check on you as a man. How do you feel as a man?
I feel really good, man. Better every day, but I feel like it's a lot of gratitude these days.
A lot of people wouldn't be able to identify with what you may go through on an emotional standpoint, especially have created a platform as large as you created, and then feel the world turn on you. How did you internalize that?
Honestly, man, being everybody's favorite ain't really been my portion my whole career. I mean, at some point, I mean, now it's more legitimate because it's behind something I actually did. But in the very beginning, I knew pissing some people, I'm trying to talk crazy. Pissing some people off was going to be a price I was going to have to pay.
You knew that at the very beginning?
Very beginning. And then, you know, before all of this, there was some like false rumors. At one point, people thought Danae was white because I showed a picture briefly. I posted my baby girl, my first daughter, Marley.
Derek. Shout out to my comrade in the building. Salute to my brother, the Book of Ronan. Salute. Gemini says, I hate to say it, but Obsidian called it out years ago. Yeah, Obsidian was following Derek and trying to be Derek Jackson years ago too. So yeah, we heard about that too, Gemini. What up, Cartel? See, this nigga is up here playing damage control. Damage control. See, y'all went too hard on Danae. Y'all was supposed to go and feel sorry for her and spend that bread. But see, now y'all done bought Derek out. And now he gonna come put that good nigga charm on y'all. Look how he wearing the muscle shirt. Look. he gonna put that good nigga charm on y'all. That's what it's time to do. Cause he tried to send his girl out there to get some money, and y'all did her too bad. So now he gonna come back and he gonna let y'all know, listen, y'all lay off for her. Put it on me. Blame me. Blame me. Blame the man, not the brand. Blame the man, not the brand. Shout out to my brother Dale Diddy in the building. Blame the man, not the brand. Blame the man.
And her hand was wrapped around my finger, and it was so light skinned. They said, oh, he only dates white women. And I lost followers. I'm talking about it was going viral, all the YouTubers. So honestly, man, since then, I already knew, like, okay, people online, they're going to have their thoughts chokehold. You know, and the bro code is all about having a man's side no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter if we wrong or what have you. And I think personally it's created a generation of coddled men that can't take correction from anybody, no matter how soft it is or balanced it is. So when I'm saying all of this, you know, of course, there's different layers to it. Some of them think, oh, it's because he wants vagina, because he wants money or what have you. But man, I was raised by a single mother around two sisters. Naturally, I lean towards the woman's point of view on things. Anything else would be disingenuous. And it's not that everything that I'm saying is necessarily right, but it's how I see things. And then if you take from that, just say, you know, your interview with Danae, you were speaking in a way that was protective as her brother, you know, empathetic. You was calling wrong. That wasn't you pandering.
Right.
You know, you like per the situation that you speaking on, this is the truth.
Right.
But whenever you telling the truth that makes people uncomfortable or a truth that's not popular, they're going to look for a way to attack you either way it go.
I can respect that. I asked you, I said, Derek, if you were given the opportunity to name this episode, what would you name it? And what did you say?
Reap what you sow.
Why? Why'd you say that?
I think whenever I've talked about these different rules and what have you, some people take from it like, okay, he's promoting perfection. We're going to mess up sometime. And my whole MO has been like, okay, if you're going to mess up, you just got to understand that come with consequences. You reap what you sow. Even whenever I started mentioning God, I gave my life to Christ February 4th, 2020. And people were like, oh, you can't bring God into it. I'm like, the God I serve says you reap what you sow. And I'm no exception. You know, even as I'm saying it, I'm living it too.
Yeah.
You know, and that goes both good and bad. But, you know, I think if we're all aware of that, we can walk according to that instead of thinking we get it out because we had our intentions or what have you. For the time I spent in my patterns and the things that I'm not proud of, I gave myself an out. I gave myself excuses. Well, I felt like this and she did that. And I wasn't operating according to where you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. 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 I told y'all. Y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all hit that like button. What's up, Jasmine Martin? Cartel in the building. What's good, Cartel? Dale Diddy, salute my brother. Salute, salute. I told y'all. Hey. Didn't I tell y'all? I done told y'all. The man versus the brand. The man versus the brand. Do y'all separate the two? Huh? Do y'all separate the two, or do y'all look at it as being one? Right, that is not bro code. And I see you grass says, what? That man was laughing so hard at that girl. He was picking. Hey, bro. We gonna listen to some more. She about to take all them YouTube dollars. Hey, listen, bro. What this sound like to me? This sounds like damage control. It's time, because remember, this is all about Derek. This is all about Derek and protecting his brand. This is about protecting Derek Jackson, the brand. See, the way that you can draw people into you or to get people to trust you again is what do? You actually come out and you expose yourself. This is what Derek is doing. I hope y'all notice. Yes, pay attention to the language. Derek is exposing himself because he knows that the majority of his audience are women. Women. So, what is one way you regain a woman's trust? You apologize. Not only do you apologize, but you make her feel as if you're sympathetic behind how she felt about what you've done. This is what Derek is doing. Pay attention, y'all. See, the problem with us is we get caught up in the storyline. This is what they've been selling us the whole time. See, I know a lot of y'all probably expecting, oh, they're going to get back together, and y'all worried about all the wrong stuff. Y'all not paying attention to how they just ran this whole play on us. Y'all didn't peep that. Y'all didn't peep that. Y'all got so caught up in the story. The story was so great. Danae played her part so well that y'all went too hard. Y'all took it too personal. Oh no, I'm not buying her courses. Her courses is too much money. So now, here comes Derek. Hey, listen, lay off my wife. This was about me. I did this. I was wrong. Don't get mad at her, ladies. Buy the course, because what she's teaching is valid and it's valuable because I actually put her through those things. She can actually teach you how to be with a guy like me. Her story is valid. That's what this is about, y'all. The man versus the brand. The man versus the brand. What's up, M. Mills? The man versus the brand. Let's get back to it. Shout out to everyone in the building. Let's get back to it.
Not was sown by your partner, not was sown by the circumstances, and your daddy wasn't there. So if I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to really be real. We got to speak with that at the core of the message.
I respect that. Let's go back. I want to go back to find out who Derek was. Who was Derek growing up? Like you said, I hear you just mentioned that you grew up in a single parent home, raised by a mother around sisters. What did that look like growing up? And why wasn't your dad present?
So my daddy just got in a lot of trouble. You know, my mama and daddy was in their early 30s, about my age now. So he's from Jamaica. He had gotten into some trouble, got deported very early on. Actually, when I was 4 years old, but he wasn't in my life since probably age 1. So my mama, coming from somewhat of a background that she didn't want us to be a part of, she moved down to Alabama. Me, my 2 sisters, and actually my older brother, but he was so much older, he moved out pretty quickly. And man, I just grew up. It wasn't objectively bad, but the story I created from the dynamic of not only daddy not being there and not having answers, but my mama working 2 to 3 jobs year round, I just felt invisible, you know, because like, again, I was really living with my 2 sisters. And they connected to each other a lot better than they did me. Yeah. Everybody loved me, to be real with you. My mama loved me and they loved me. But then when mama get home from work, she need time just to be a human being. she got her own battles. So as she's trying to give herself, she's really stretched thin. And then on top of that, again, she barely connects with me. I'm missing my daddy. So a lot of my childhood, man, was just feeling invisible, feeling somewhat abandoned. Even though objectively that wasn't what was going on, that was a story I had created. And then I acted out to get a lot of attention.
How'd you act out?
School. I was the knucklehead that made it really hard to find a babysitter. You know, they just knew it. Bud was my childhood name. Bud gonna act up. Bud don't like to listen. Bud just needed some attention. And Bud knew it. The world is gonna stop if I get in trouble, if I talk too much, if I get out my seat, if I do this, that, and that. So I got whoopings and all that stuff. But it was really my way of getting attention. So that was pretty much my childhood. Again, my mama, a single mom. She made everything stretch how they needed to. She taught me basically everything up until I got to 10th grade. And that's when I had my stepdaddy, Mr. Lloyd, rest in peace. He came into the picture. And he gave me kind of that blue collar work ethic thing. You know, we roofing, we fixing cars, we cutting grass. So that's pretty much it, man. Did you have any sexual experiences at a young age? No, never before my first, like, losing my virginity at like 16. About 16. Mm-hmm. So same as me, lost my virginity at 16. When you lost your virginity at 16, what did that teach you as a man? Was that something that your homeboys was encouraging everybody in the neighborhood? What city did you grow up in? Enterprise, Alabama. Well, between Elba and Enterprise, Alabama. Enterprise, Alabama. Shout out to Alabama right now. You know what I'm saying? We repping kind of hard. The Montgomery Mollywop representing. Mollywop. Enterprise, Alabama. Yeah. And so at 16, you end up.
Did y'all just hear this nigga say Montgomery Mollywop? Pay attention. See that? There go that promotion of that chair. See that? Now, let's go. I'm gonna go to the chat. Let me put the tip and says this nigga finessing. Hey, that's what it sound like to me. Derek's a good talker. He's a great talker. What up, Ken Nash? Salute. He had a dad at some point, though. His mom wasn't a single mother the whole time. And notice how he gave that like he was a troubled kid. See how he trying to put himself in the Pookie category. He was a troubled kid. You know, he got into fights. Look what he's doing. Look how he's posturing. Pay attention to how he's shaping this shit, y'all. This dude, this is classic. This is why today's show is the man versus the brand. The man or the brand. The man or the brand. Keep listening. Fair use.
Giving up your virginity, what was that like? What did that teach you?
That when a girl say, come see my hair at 1 a.m, it probably ended come see your hair. It was to my next door neighbor, and I don't want to go into detail about it, but honestly, bro, I was just happy to be having sex. I ain't gonna lie to you. It just felt like a rite of passage. You know, because at 15, 16 years old, you still trying to define yourself, be accepted. So this whole time, I wasn't necessarily tripping on sex, but when it came, I wanted to perform. And I went in, you know, but the reality of how I developed my relationship with sex actually started probably with pornography. That was about 10, 11 years old.
Who introduced you to that?
I don't want to say his name, but my homeboy.
It was a homeboy.
Back in Elba, Alabama. He introduced me. Matter of fact, I think they were just introducing computers into the school. I'm old. Just introducing computers. So this is before they had firewall and all that stuff. And man, he told me to go on a website, and I went on the website. And from there, man, I won't say addicted, but I was definitely introduced to something way too early.
What do you remember that doing? Because a lot of people don't understand how pornography shapes the viewpoint of how men see or objectify women. And I had a conversation with, you know, even my sons, you know what I'm saying? They be online, they'll end up something pop up on these game and stuff. And I was like, hey, this is why you shouldn't do this. No one ever had that conversation with me as a young man. And I had a family member that had magazines, you know, and I seen them a couple of times when I was like 12, but I just never did like get involved in it. So my question to you is, how did that shape, when you look back, hindsight being 2020, how did that shape your viewpoint on women?
Well, what my
Do y'all see the finesse, or is it just me? Notice how he's walking Derek down with him down a path of admitting that everything Danae said was true and that Danae was a victim. This is what they're trying to do. Derek is trying to show and prove, and he wants people to believe that what his wife said and did was totally his fault. She had nothing to do with it. It was because how he was treating her is what made her do this. He's trying to shape and mold us into thinking that he was the bad guy. This is why you need to go spend 5 racks on her course. Because she know what it is to be with a famous guy. Y'all women don't. Y'all need to go and pay her. I was a bad guy. It started when I was a kid. I've been a bad guy since I was a kid. I was watching porn. I was a disruptive kid in class. I was disruptive in class. I wanted to perform when it came to sex. I didn't know anything. I was just watching porn. Y'all see how this is? Y'all see how it's coming together? You got to listen carefully. Listen to how the questions transition. Because at the end of the day, what is the name of the episode? He reaped what he sowed. You see? So he wants to come out and say, hold up, y'all. I am a bad guy. What up, Ebo? Salute. I am a bad guy. I'm not the good guy like y'all think. I'm a bad guy. I ruined my family. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. Pay attention. NICU grad says she wasn't a victim. She went through the rite of passage as a young woman that many have been through. That's interesting. Gemini says the dude that won the genetic lottery. I see why he got into fights. Condescending. Let's get back to it. Fair use.
therapist taught me was that it actually just created a toxic relationship with sex, period. It became kind of an escape, something to immediately distract me, make me feel less rejected if I ever felt that. So, starting there, of course, it rewires your brain, it desensitizes you and stuff like that. It also miseducates you on what real intimacy is. So it took me well into my adulthood, actually until, I was married, to understand that it's not about performance-based, whenever you're having sex with a woman, it's connection-based. So I went, even having sex in the earliest years, it was about, the theatrics of what I could perform and so on and so forth, man. But especially if there's serious feelings involved, you may leave a woman feeling like a piece of meat when she can tell you wasn't even there with her.
Right.
So not only that, in the times where I wasn't having sex, again, that was my easy out. Like, okay, I know I got porn, I got this, that, and the other. And I wasn't on there like 4 hours a day or nothing like that. But I developed some nasty habits of when I'm really, really stressed or hurt or grieving or whatever.
Yep.
I can do this and then go to sleep, or I can do this to get my mind. I can break the pattern by doing this. So that was pretty much it, man.
You're in college. You go to college. How did you meet Danae?
Math class. She walked in. Then she had on a black colored button up with black slacks, pretty face, slanted eyes, nice curves. Honestly, it was all physical when I first looked at her. And then I saw her notebook and I saw that she was into music. And I was like, oh, I thought you was like a bottle girl or something like that. You know what I'm saying? No, I was like, I saw the saxophone and stuff like that. So I asked about it. And she had a really soft voice, somewhat of an innocence about her. And we got to talking. I got a number. She didn't immediately answer later on whenever I called. I think I called 3 times. I said, she don't answer this time. She answered on the last ring. And from there, man, we talked through the night. We did all of the stuff that we think about in high school and college, like on the phone overnight. We were inseparable, man, for like that first 2 months. Just again, people looked at me a certain way, and I was misunderstood. But with her, even being goofy and bubbly, like my personality is naturally I'm usually the jokester.
Okay.
So between that and I had an interest that most guys would think is soft. Again, I love Terry McMillan and Eric Jerome Dickey books. I love R&B. I work out to R&B to this day.
So
you know what I'm saying? On the way home from football games, I was writing poetry. Coincidentally, Dear Future Wife post, man, back in.
This nigga selling it. He is selling it. He is selling his ass. Boy, is he selling it. Boy, is he selling it. He landed on real thick. Miss Angie said he's making me nauseous. This guy, this is crazy. But this is who y'all loved at one point. This is who y'all loved. Oh, Derek Jackson. Oh, all you black men hating on Derek. Oh, really? Oh, so when we was telling y'all Derek wasn't shit, oh, y'all just hating on Derek. Oh, y'all just hating on Derek. Now he's coming back and showing y'all that he ain't shit. He's telling y'all in this interview, I wasn't shit from the beginning. I was never shit. I lied to y'all. Y'all believed it. I lied to y'all. Y'all believed me. So why wouldn't y'all believe my wife? Oh, y'all don't believe my wife? Well, I'm getting ready to show y'all why y'all women should have listened to my wife. Because she know I ain't shit. And she accepts me. So I'm going to show y'all why I'm the man y'all loved. I'm getting ready to show y'all a different side of Derek Jackson. Y'all are getting ready to get to know him. You know the man that y'all love. You know the man y'all love looking at. You know, like NICU grad just put in the chat. You know, the guy y'all love to look at and drool and salivate over. I'm getting ready to let y'all know about him. This is what Derek is doing. This is very strategic. Very strategic. See, because remember, the Derek Jackson brand is all about him. It's about him and his personality. He developed a cult following off of selling who he was, a false image of himself. So, being that he broke a lot of y'all hearts and y'all moved away from Derek, he got to bring y'all back in. So look, Just pay attention to the optics. He got the muscles going. You know, he's sitting there relaxed, like he just comfortable with himself. You know, he's over there admitting where he was wrong. You know, something that black women love. Y'all love when a nigga come out and say, yeah, I was wrong. See, he's trying to win you guys back. You see? Come on back to Derrick Jackson and the brand. We got something for y'all. We got something for y'all. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
In the day, you can
really?
You can search on Twitter right now, put in hashtag Dear Future Wife and Derrick Jackson. You'll see from 2010. I was on. So all of that soft stuff, she didn't judge me for though. She loved it. She loved my poetry. She wrote poetry. And one time, this is when I like knew it. Like, oh, this is the one right here. I told her when I was younger, we loved peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Didn't know that's how mama was making that money stretch, but I loved it. It was a delicacy to me.
You better talk about it.
She, before practice one day, she was like, I need to see you. I was like, okay, for football practice. And she ran up to me with 2 sandwiches, one with white bread, one with wheat bread, and said, I didn't know which one you was going to like, but I know you like PB&J.
Really?
I called my mama on the way to practice. I said, Mama, I found the one. Go and get your dress ready. It's going down. This is at 19 years old, man. So
This nigga, he said he wanted to marry Danae the day she bought him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. If that was the case, nigga, why did you never go home? If you liked how Danae treated you and how she made your favorite food, why did Danae said you never came home and stayed in the mansion? Derrick, nigga, you think we believe that bullshit? This woman said y'all had like a 9-bedroom mansion. You were spending the night in the condo. But you loved her peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Okay.
we could joke.
She
we was
had
on
them at
Skype.
peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Man, look, a sense of humor. Of course, she was sexy and all that stuff, but
She started off tutoring you, right? She said something about tutoring you.
That was a segue. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out how to get close to her at first.
Oh, so you used that?
I used it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I used it. I need help. Now I did, but that wasn't the reason why I chose her as my tutor. They had other tutors, you know what I'm saying? One girl, she had like a pimple by nose and stuff like that. I was cool on that. I want this one right here.
I want this one.
And so, yeah, man.
So he just admitted, and shout out to Dear Future Wife podcast, right? And fair use. So he just admitted, right? He just admitted why he chose Danae to be his tutor. So from the gate, it was about sex. But this was a nigga who sold to black women that he wasn't just about sex. But he just admitted that in the beginning, it was all about sex. And this is the nigga we said Derek Jackson always was. He's one of them extremely manipulative niggas because he's a nigga who can't just be honest. He's one of those niggas, like we always said, because we grew up with niggas like this. You'll think they're confident. You'll think they'll tell the truth, but they're conniving, slithery, no backbone having niggas. These are your Derek Jacksons. And you think, a lot of women think, oh, well, he doesn't have trouble getting women. Look at him. Why does he have to lie? Because that's who he is. It's who he is.
And we continue to connect and talk and be inseparable. And, you know, it didn't take long at all. I think within like a week and a half, 2 weeks, we were inseparable, holding hands everywhere, went on dates. I ain't even had no money for a date. I ain't had no money to pay for my own food on the date. And then the first night that I asked her, I think it was on Valentine's Day of 2020, I asked her if she would be my girl. We went on a bowling date.
Not 2020.
No, not 2020.
Yeah.
Shoot, 2009. That year is so crazy to me.
Yeah.
2009, February 14, 2009. I asked her to be my girl after a bowling date. She said, yeah. Then I asked her to come with me down to the lake so we could pray over our relationship. It's the first time.
Hold on. At 19, you talking about you praying with us?
I was actually you probably won't believe this. I was actually an average church goer, man, at that time. I was doing my stuff, but I also went down to Mount Olive Baptist Church down in Tuskegee and was
This nigga told her to come down by the lake so they could pray. You see that type of shit? This is why we told y'all to never trust this nigga. This is why we told y'all women to never trust Derek Jackson. This is why. He's that kind of nigga. We going down to the lake to pray. We going down the lake to pray on Valentine's Day. Let's go down to the lake, babe. Let's go pray down there. It's Happy Valentine's Day. We going to pray at the lake after a date. Just like a lot of pretty boy niggas, they don't know how to talk to women. So they do little shit like that. Yo, come with me over here. It's cold. You want my jacket? And try to hug the girl. This type of shit niggas do. This type of shit a lot of pretty boys do. Because they really don't know how to talk to women. They just easy on the eye. They eye candy. But they really bozos. Just like y'all have heard me call Derek from day one. He's a bozo. He's a bozo.
Was front row every single Sunday.
Really?
Yes. I was a devout churchgoer. The year before that, I did a mission trip out in Atlanta ministering to the homeless down by Peachtree. So, you know, she came in, I was still in church, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to pray. I was so scared.
You wanted to pray over y'all relationship.
I didn't know what I was doing. I never felt anything like that. I never felt like I really was in love because I had a hard time letting people close to me because I experienced a lot of loss. So I could engage. I'm an extrovert when it comes to meeting people and talking, but actually letting somebody in, she was the very first person I said.
Now, let me say this. Listening to this bozo, now I can kind of understand why when I brought up the healing stuff, and started talking about therapy and the things that men deal with on the inside. And now I could kind of see why you niggas thought I was trying to pander to women. Now I see why. I was wondering, like, hold up. Where do these niggas get off with me trying to pander to women by telling us that we need to keep our stress levels down? Like, what? But now I see. Now I see. It's because of niggas like Derek Jackson and how he liked to mix shit in the pot that don't belong. See, he's trying to mix in that healing shit to try. He's using healing as escapism. This is what he's doing. He's using that shit as escapism. Now I know. Now I understand why. Now I understand why. Now I get it. It's because of niggas like Derek Jackson. Y'all thought I was coming in on some Derek Jackson shit, trying to woe the women by telling us we gotta be better. Now I get it. Because I'm listening to this trifling nigga, this pookie nigga who postures as a EL, but he's really a pookie because he just said his nickname was Bud growing up. See why I tell y'all, stop labeling yourselves pookies, ray-rays, educated lames, and all that dumb shit? Because y'all classified Derek Jackson as a certain type, but he just told y'all that he really a pookie nigga. What's up, Mahogany? Good to see you. This is what he just told y'all. He got introduced to porn when he was young. He grew up in poverty. His mother was a single mother. Pookie tales. So I'm telling y'all, stop talking that shit.
Side of my family I had done that with. So man, we prayed by the lake. I led the prayer. And then we was like, all right, God, I need your help because I don't know what I'm doing.
You said you were afraid.
Afraid.
Because you've never allowed yourself to open up like this with a woman before. You said you've experienced loss. When you say that, you're talking about what? Your father not being present? What are the losses that you incurred?
Mostly my father, man. And then my grandmother was a tough loss. And I learned really with that, and everybody lost somebody, but I learned with that, I'm horrible at grieving. I don't do well with that. And I learned later on in therapy it's because of how I internalized my father's loss. I had so much meaning I put to it as far as like what that means for me. Like, I'm not worth calling. I'm not worth checking on. I'm not worth doing the right thing so you don't have to be taken from me.
Yeah.
And then my mama, she had a thing that she would do from I'd say up to about age 7, where she would tuck me in and say, "Good night, Mr. B," because Bud was my nickname. And then mama got a boyfriend one time and she stopped. And for me, I mean, it was dramatic, I guess, but I said, oh, she don't love me like that anymore, right? So.
Hey, Mahogany. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with the name Bud. I don't have a problem with that name. I don't. But according to the social media streets, that's a pookie name. That's a pookie name. Right. Mama. What up, Melanin and Mine? At what age? You throwing tomato? Boo-hoo. Right, because if you paying attention, he's giving y'all his sob story. So y'all can understand why I'm not shit. I'm trying to be better. See, because black women love when a nigga admit that he wrong, and not only admit that he wrong, but a lot of black women love when you come back and you beg and you plead. Baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I'm begging, baby, I'm begging. That's what this is, y'all. Baby, I'm begging, baby, I'm begging. Black women love that shit. Baby, I'm begging, baby, I'm begging. I said, I'm sorry. That's this nigga. He's the nigga that put R&B on every time he fuck up. Every time he fuck up. If this world was mine, I would place at your feet all that I own. You've been so good to me. That's this nigga. Every time he fuck up. Every time he fuck up. It's just human nature. Love will be right here. Be right here. No tears. Had no hair. That's this nigga. This lying ass nigga. That's why I asked y'all early in the show, is it about the man or the brand? Because he's literally sitting up here telling y'all, I'm not shit. But I've convinced y'all that I am the shit. So let me remind y'all why I'm the shit. I'm not perfect, but I'm still the shit. Let me remind y'all, in case you forgot. Let me give you a little history. Let me let y'all know what made Derrick Jackson. Come on, man.
Now I grow up and I'm really guarded. I'm really good at just going inward when I have something wrong with me, etc. Not letting people get too close. Even girls like, oh, I can smash, or we could do whatever, we could talk, but I'm never going to give you my heart.
Yeah.
But with Danae, none of them guards stayed up. So I was scared because I know like I'm feeling something I've never felt before, and I don't want to mess this up. I know she's too good for me. So like, God, help me become somebody I'm not, because I don't know what I'm doing here.
So during that time,
this nigga just said, God, make me into something I'm not. Listen. He's selling it.
you wasn't the type to be monogamous, was you? You just said
I didn't have no relationship to be monogamous in. I was doing my thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and so this one, you just said, why'd you want to give it all up for her?
I felt something with her I never felt before, but it was emotionally based. Looking back at it now, it's like, man, I was so unprepared. And for something like that, you don't know how important that role is, you gonna play in somebody's life where you're gonna give them your heart and they're gonna give you theirs.
Yeah.
You hand somebody the keys to your sanity, your physical health, and so many other things. But we were taught later, you know, if you love somebody, you just go be there. And you trial and error. And there's a high price to pay for trial and error. as we both learn.
So as y'all were dating each other in college, what that looked like? Were y'all...
Now notice what he just said. He said there's a high price for trial and error, and we both learned. Beat that. And notice how when he said that, homeboy went right past that. Because he don't want people to catch that. See, I'm going to catch shit like that. What you mean we both learned that? What did Danae learn, nigga? Oh, Danae learned that you ain't shit. Danae learned that as a man, you're not that nigga. Danae knows that this is how you've become successful, of lying and manipulating. This is what she learned. This is what she learned. This is what she learned. What did you learn, nigga? You didn't learn nothing. You know how we know you didn't learn nothing, Derek? Because you always knew that this who the fuck you were. What up, Zion? Shout out to Zion in the building. Shout out to Mr. D. Salute. He said DS1. The dudes calling you a panda are some of the same ones cash apping their favorite IG model. Shout out to Mr. D, man. Salute. Bob says, let an average dude say that shit. People will laugh him out of the building. Facts. Facts. Mo Facts. Salute, Mo Facts. He says pseudo vulnerability. This is a business tactic brewed up by him and his wife. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today's show, the man or the brand. The man or the brand. Let's get back to it. Fair use, fair use, fair use. This is for educational purposes only, YouTube.
Were y'all, what grade were you in at that time?
I was a sophomore. Second year, she was a freshman.
All right, so sophomore and freshman, second year, and you were like, this is my woman. Were you exclusive with her during that time?
The first couple of months I was exclusive. I don't know if I ever had the proper boundaries, but for me, it was like, of course, don't cheat. Don't go sleep with another girl. But I would say after that honeymoon phase, the first 2 months is when I can remember. I don't remember the exact thing, but I remember feeling really rejected by her. And I didn't know what was behind that because, okay, I don't have aggressive energy towards a woman except in intimacy. And so how I would express my affection oftentimes was aggressive. Like I want to pick her up. Yeah. I don't just kiss her. I pin her up against the wall, put my hand around. I'm not trying to get graphic. Yeah. There's context here. So, I come up behind her and hug on her, kind of aggressive. But that would make her really, really shut down. And I didn't know what was going on. I felt rejected. Like, why you don't want to kiss me? My breath stink or something like that. So we would have, and not only was she shut down, then it would be tension. It would be almost hostile.
So, Derek, you just admitted that you was trying to treat Danae like a porn star, nigga. I thought you was an average church goer. This nigga said he was going to church. That's why they prayed by the water. But now he transitions into he was being too aggressive. No, nigga, you was doing what you saw on porn. That's what you was doing. Pinning her up against the wall. You saw that on porn, Derek. Pookie. Derek Pookie Jackson. Pookie Loke. That's Derek's new name, y'all. Pookie Loke. Derek Pookie Loke Jackson. You was trying to treat that girl like a porn star. See now what's starting to come out now. This is why you like recording yourself, nigga. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You wanted to be a porn star, Derek. Pookie Loke Jackson. Oh, Bud. You was trying to treat this girl like a porn star. She felt uncomfortable with that. That's why you was recording yourself. Oh, okay. Okay. Again, no one's stupid. Thank you, Miss Angie. We're not stupid, Derek.
So again, this wasn't until about a month and a half, 2 months in, where it was like, now it's back-to-back things. Now I come up on the kiss her and she like kind of pushing away. She can't stay far enough away from me. She's kind of mean towards me. And it's kind of a flip side. And I didn't know part of what I was feeling didn't have nothing to do with the relationship. It was much deeper. But I remember like, man, my breath getting short. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I ain't never been so sensitive to rejection, because we all get rejected. But this the first time I felt that. And what felt safer was to go out and at least have friendships with other girls. Just the conversation felt like receptiveness, like acceptance again.
Mm-hmm.
But those loose boundaries turned into no boundaries. So, you know, if we continued to clash and she continued to pull away or what have you, and I'm not getting no answers or whatever, especially in my prideful state, I'm thinking, man, she got me effed up. So I'm over here doing the right thing and she over here acting like I ain't nothing. So now there's a party tonight, or there's a girl on campus and then she got her own dorm room. And that's whenever I started messing around.
Which is
Okay, now let's break that bullshit down. Basically, when you couldn't have your way with this woman sexually, you started to feel some type of way. You started to feel rejected. You started to feel ugly. Why you think he said, what, my breath stink? He started to feel unattractive. Because what you actually did was you found you a woman you could be a porn star on. Right. His porn name is Derek Diggler. Right. So when she wasn't receptive to that low-level porn treatment, you started to feel some type of way about yourself. Derek, Pookie Loke. So what you just admitted, Mr. Pookie Loke Jackson, is that you validated who you were based on your dick. But all y'all women thought Derek was a great guy. Oh, y'all just hating on Derek. Y'all never be as a greater man than Derek. Really? Are you talking about Derek Pookie Loke Jackson, the fake porn star? The nigga who wanted to be a porn star? The nigga who tried to turn a church girl to a fucking porn star? Who that nigga? Are we mad at that nigga? That bozo? Huh? A nigga who turned a good girl bad. That nigga? Are you talking about that nigga? Are you talking about the same archetype of nigga who fucked your life up? That's why you like Derek. Because you attracted to low-level manipulative niggas with a cute face. A nigga who just gonna lie to you about every fucking thing. Right? That nigga, right? Nigga telling you we going down to the goddamn river to pray and he gonna pull his dick out. One of those niggas, right? We mad at one of them niggas. Y'all been running around here for years glorifying this bozo. Glorifying this nigga. Talking about how all these black men are hating on this nigga. We even had a nigga who wanted to be Derek Jackson. Because he thought Derek Jackson was so cool. This is your regular hood nigga. I keep telling you niggas, stop thinking you something, boy. Because all I got to do is listen to you niggas talk for long enough. I know who you are, nigga. I know exactly who you are. I will know exactly who you are. So stop trying to talk all that affluent shit. You a nigga out here chasing your dick. That's all you doing, nigga. You ain't chasing no goals. You're chasing your dick. And that's what Derek made all y'all think about him. Ebo says, so basically porn messed him up. It's combined with those R&B frequencies trickled into his whole perception of sex and love. Damn. Don't we all grow up in the hood and be watching porn and get hooked on porn? I told y'all about that. That go on in the hood. You gonna have some porn. You gonna watch some. You grew up in the hood. Either you gonna watch some porn in your crib, one of your homeboys gonna put you on to some porn. You gonna know what porn is. Why do I chase the cat? Exactly. Come on now. Let's get back to it.
Interesting. Now I realize something. You were trying to be on the straight and narrow, and that aggressive personality that you had, because she told me, well, she told us on the podcast that she had experienced a rape 2 weeks before y'all met.
Yeah. So she and
you didn't know nothing about.
I didn't know about that till 5 years later.
Exactly.
I don't know if she wants to speak on it, so I won't go in depth, but there was another instance of rape in that same 30-day span before she met me. So I didn't know to the level or at all that I was dealing with a rape survivor. Even if I knew that, I probably wouldn't have known how exactly to handle it.
That, yeah.
But certain forms, and we covered this later on in our marriage therapy, but because this was a pattern. This everything that happened that was really painful was really one long repetitive pattern.
Right.
Me feeling rejected for this, that, and the other. And she handles, becoming okay again a certain way. But I didn't know certain forms of affection that were natural to me just felt scary to her, put her back in a certain space where, certain things that happen. So, yeah.
And that's so interesting. It's like, I'm getting understanding. It's like you have this woman who has experienced this huge violation of her body, her soul, her spirit, this brokenness. She meets this guy who she says she just loved the mess. She loved your dirty draws. You're wanting to show your affection. You grabbing her by her neck. You being aggressive physically, from a sexual standpoint. She's getting nervous. She's getting triggered on all levels. Don't even realize that she's being triggered like this. She's closing up rejection to you because you've experienced that growing up. Mom no longer is kissing you and tucking you in bed at night.
No. We not doing that. We not doing that. I don't know your name, bro. I forgot your name, but we not doing that. We're not doing that. That is not why he felt rejected. He felt rejected because he was a jock. All the chicks wanted his dick, and he was going around giving it to Danae. So she was supposed to feel privileged and always down the fuck when he wanted to. This is what I don't like about y'all niggas. This is what I don't like. When y'all give these niggas an out. Stop doing that shit. Stop trying to give niggas an out. That had nothing to do with his mama. He felt sexually rejected because he already said this out his mouth. He said that sex to him was performance-based. So he felt like, hold up, I'm dicking this girl down and she gonna deny me when I want it? How dare she? Say that, nigga. Say that. See, because this is the problem with men in the church today. Men don't hold men accountable. Y'all want to play this cheesy brother shit. No, you hold your brother feet to the fire. Make him say what it is. That shit ain't had nothing to do with his mama. What his dick and him having sex got to do with him? Oh, well, my mother stopped tucking me in that night. See, because what y'all trying to do is y'all trying to give him an out from being a sexual deviant. That's what y'all trying to do. And y'all trying to equate his love for sex to deal with abandonment. So he used sex to cover up him being abandoned. No. And this is why black men don't want to hear heal before you build. You see? This is why when I brought this shit to the space, niggas felt some type of way. Because of shit like this. When y'all start walking down a thin line of bullshit, and y'all trying to use all of this healing stuff as a way to cover up who you really are. When this shit is actually supposed to expose you. See, that's what this is about. Heal before you build is for you to expose yourself to the real you and learn to accept that person and to operate through that person. This is not a fucking deflection. Oh, I'm a sexual deviant because my mother got a boyfriend and stopped telling me good night. That don't make no fucking sense. Stop letting these brothers off the hook, especially if you say these brothers are your brothers in Christ and you letting them off the hook. You are formulating these goddamn interviews to make them look better. That's not the doing of a good Christian. Holding a nigga up in his bullshit in the name of brotherhood? No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Rejection. So now you're like, well, now I'm going to go self-medicate. I have this history of looking at porn, and now the way I self-medicate is watching this. So now I'm going to do the outward extension of that.
Yeah.
Now I'm over here hanging out with girls. One thing leads to another. Now you're over here smashing. Now it's triggering her. How did she ever find out when you first cheated on her?
Well, we were both triggering each other and didn't know it. Right. I was triggering her with my affection. She was triggering me by pushing away. I didn't just continuously, because I had this weird thing, man, where I would do it and feel guilty.
Would you tell?
Man, I'm
would
tripping. No, heck no.
Okay.
No. So I would do it and be like, oh, man, all right, you messed up. You did your thing. Again, bro, we kids at this point. We're 19,
so would the
20
girls
years
be
old.
running back to her?
Nah, they didn't do that either. I don't even know if those particular girls knew we were together.
You walked around holding hands on campus.
Not all of them was on campus.
Did this nigga just say he didn't know? You see how further we getting into the interview, how the lies are starting to come out. And how the host is helping him. It's helping him. He's helping him. Because Derek's sitting there lying. He's sitting there forgetting shit and he's lying. So this guy's helping him. We got to stop this shit, fellas. We have to stop this shit. Brotherhood is not holding each other up in bullshit. Brotherhood is holding each other accountable. Yo, bro, you know you fucked up, right? I'm here for you, but I ain't gonna stand with you in this shit. You gotta fix this shit, bro. You gotta stop lying. Bro, I ain't gonna keep fucking with you if you just gonna keep lying. This is how we gotta be with one another as men. I'm not gonna let you sit around here and ruin your fucking marriage around me. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Because then I'm not your brother. I'm not your brother. Gemini says, holding his hand as they walk deep in the weeds together. Pause. Bob says, which is why a lot of us attracting 304s all the time. Some of us self-medicate with porn and sex. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cartel says, he sound worse and worse. And the more he talk, he putting his foot right in his mouth. Absolutely. Which proves that this is damage control. This is about patching up them holes in his brand. So now he calls himself exposing the man. Now you're getting the real man. That's what this interview is about. You're getting the man, Derek Jackson. Now you're gonna get to know the man. Because his brand fucked up. OG, salute. Shout out to the OG, Darryl Richardson in the building. It wasn't me, it was my evil. Brother Love Show, salute. And I see you, Grad says the host cheated on his wife. Why would he hold Derek accountable? God damn. God damn. I didn't know that. Oh shit. I had to sound off on that one, and I see you, Grad. God damn. God damn. Let's continue on that one. God damn. Oh, that's why he looking for a future wifey. I thought he named, hold up. And I see you, Grad. I thought he named it Dear Future Wifey Podcast because he was trying to find a wife for the first time. That's why I thought he named it that. Honestly, I'm being honest. I didn't know this dude was married. The host, I didn't know he was married and he cheated on his wife. Whoa, that just took me for a whole tailspin. And I see you, Grad. What up, Ray? Shout out to Ray Stansberry. No, he told how he cheated on his wife. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I did not know that. And I see you, Grad. I did not know that. Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. Wow. Oh shit. This is getting out of hand, man.
I know I was on campus. Yeah, we talking. I'm trying to dig back because this is 15 years ago.
A long time ago.
But I remember. I don't know how she knew. I don't think the original one or two or whatever she knew about, but I know we had a falling out because her and her friend, she suspected or something. Her and her friend used to have this thing on Facebook called Honesty Box. And it was where basically you send anonymous messages or whatever. So her and her friend had set up to send me anonymous messages to try to see if I would bite on the bait of another girl trying to flirt with me or something like that. I would have this, and it's again pattern. I'm cheating, now I'm faithful. Now I'm cheating, now I'm faithful. So in this point, I was faithful. Yeah. You know, I'm like, oh, no more girls. I felt terrible. That ain't it. You know, we done made up or something like somehow we get to talking and we back in love again. So this Honesty Box message is coming in. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I got a girl. And then I'm hearing ding in the other room. I'm at, we got a apartment here. Yeah. And I'm like, so I sent another message, ding, went into the room, her inboxes. And I'm like, oh, so we fell out. She suspected me of cheating at that point, but she wasn't right about that. Yeah. And then from there, man, it was kind of all downhill because we got into a really bad argument. and, you know, all this other stuff.
Well, she said that in the times of
Hold up. So this nigga just basically said, yo, this is crazy. This dude is crazy. And y'all women been believing this nigga for all these years? This guy is a blatant cheater. And when he gets caught in his shit, he plays the reverse psychology game and makes it seem like it's a problem with her. Because you see how he just said, because he found out that she was trying to, you know, catch him cheating again, that gave him a reason to get mad and to go off and to cheat again. It was a whole argument. He stormed off. Listen to this shit. Listen to this shit. This is crazy. This is crazy.
so she would catch you back in college, she would never tell you anyway. She would go in the closet and cry, and then you'll come and be like, hey, everything cool? And then she'll be like, yeah, everything fine.
Well, that was
she'll say, it's my dad. I'm grieving the loss of my dad.
Yeah, that was a communication style, period. Without cheating, I may say something that offended her. I learned later on in therapy with her that sometimes my facial expressions while I'm listening would trigger her because I think her dad or something like had that going on. So a million things could be wrong with her, but then it, again, this dynamic of I'm begging for her to tell me what's wrong, and she don't. And I could take rejection maybe 1 or 2 days, but after 2 or 3 weeks or 2 or 3 months, now I'm starting to check out and detach without actually leaving. So
Dude, nigga, why every time you feel rejected, you gotta go get some new coochie? Can any guy in the chat room explain to me when you felt rejected in a relationship, did you go get some coochie to feel better? Because this what this nigga keeps saying. He keeps making the excuse of him feeling rejected or why he went to be with other women. Can y'all please sound off in the chat room? When you feel rejected by your girl, you and your girl get into an argument, is the first thing come to your mind is, oh, I need some coochie. If I just get some coochie, I'll feel better. Because that's what this nigga is saying. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Millman says, no, I was feeling down and out. David Owens in the building. He said, no, I'm just a horny dude. Thank you. Thank you. And he learned all of this sexual stuff from watching porn. He already admitted to having a porn addiction, being an avid porn watcher from a young kid. He already admitted that he was treating Danae like the men he was watching in porn, pushing her up against the wall, grabbing her throat, doing all of this stuff that made her feel uncomfortable because she was sexually violated, but he didn't know that those sexually, pervasive things that he was doing are actually the same things that rapists and molesters do. This is what Derek didn't understand, which is why when he was doing that, she would feel repulse. She wouldn't want him to touch her. But Derek took that as, Oh, I'm not a man. Oh, I'm not attractive. So let me go get my seal of approval by going to sleep with other women. Because they're not going to deny me. They're not going to reject me. This nigga's a goofy. A straight goofy. What's up, Les Troll? A muscle-bound sucker. Shout out to my guy, John the Analyst in the building. Salute. He said, I got tired of being accused of cheating. So after about a year, I cheated. Shout out to my guy, John the Analyst in the building. Salute, salute. What's up, Melanated Vessel? Club Fortune, what's good, Melon? What's good, what's good? No, I collected myself down and kept it moving. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It wasn't just the cheating that she wasn't talking about. She literally, if she had an issue, she held it in until she blew up.
She said that. She said she held something in like 10 years and then blew
a
up.
lot of stuff, man. It wasn't just that. It was a constant thing of, communication is key, but you're not communicating. And so I'm over here begging, trying. Because sometimes I'll be doing stuff and I wouldn't know it was bothering her. So for instance, I was kind of a flirt. So I would say, hey, beautiful or whatever to a girl, think nothing of it. But then she would hear that and be like, you call me beautiful. So understandably, she's offended. She's upset. Like, what, you tripping. Like, don't play with me like that. But she don't say anything. So she wasn't vocal, but she was expressive. Because it ain't like she just didn't talk. She showed that she was upset, but it was with, again, rejection, hostility, name calling, walking off middle of conversation. And that go on for weeks up until I pull away. Then she gets suspicious. One pattern over the next for the next however many years.
So when y'all graduated high school,
Y'all don't notice that this nigga never admits that he's actively trying to change his behavior. Y'all not peeping that with this dude, Derek? Y'all not peeping that? See, because this interview is about saving his brand. So he literally is just up here exposing little shit, lying, telling half truths about himself, and he's allowing the interviewer to walk him down because at the end of the day, this is about saving and renovating his brand. This is not about him becoming a better man and being a better man for himself and his family. That's not what this is about. This is not a healing moment, y'all. This is why, like I said, this is why a lot of y'all was against that shit. I understand that now. Because you got niggas like Derek Jackson who use that shit as a crutch. And then he go out and he could get people to come in and co-sign that shit when it's bullshit. That's why I'm here to walk that shit down and to show y'all that it's bullshit. You see? Shout out to my brother, John the Analyst. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that super chat. You said, man, I only cheated on a piss test. Shout out to Ray.
Graduated college. What was the state of y'all relationship? Y'all still
we
together?
had just broken up. So I found out about her and a gentleman. I think she mentioned on the last podcast.
She said that she was trying to get you jealous or make you jealous about a coworker that she said we created this thing to make it look like this is somebody I was dating to make you jealous. But
we remember that differently. If I pick that cup up and I pour with the contents in my mouth and I swallow, did I make it look like I was drinking? So we've always differed on this, by the way. So I'm not trying to just stir nothing up. No, so I had a nonprofit when I was in college. I wanted to tutor and mentor all this other stuff. So one of the things we did was we held events. I had a Christmas event that was like that previous December toward the end of college. And I had saw her and the gentleman, the young guy, speaking for like an hour. Now, up until this point, Danae had always like tried to kind of be perfect in my eyes. Like I think she thought if she ever showed a flaw, whatever, I would just leave or something like that. So I was like, this is bold, you know, at my event. It's like hundreds of people in there, but I can see her just chatting it up. So from December all the way until we graduated that late May or something like that, I had seen the cars together. I had seen all these different things.
And this is the coworker that she had.
Yeah, coworker, any classmate or something like that. So fast forward, and I'm thinking at this point, first off, we already coordinated where we're going to work after school. We're going to be in the same state, because I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. But at this point, I think it was really a lot of what she had been holding in because I had been unfaithful. You know, I had cheated and all this other stuff. I think she never fully expressed herself on how that affected her. So at this point, I think it started bubbling up to where she got really hostile. Like, man, if I don't care what you say. So she's out overnight. It's like, I went to sleep at the gas station. I'm like, went to sleep at the gas station? Went out again overnight.
Oh, y'all were staying together?
We were staying together.
Okay.
We had started staying together like, we were shacking up like year two.
So you said, so she left the house and then come back the next morning?
Till like 9, 10 in the morning. And this was unlike her. She was not this type of girl, but she's wearing makeup now. I know she got some hood rat friends from Sonic where she work, and I know she hanging with them, but I'm like, what is she doing? I'm not sure who's involved. So she did that 2 nights.
Do y'all hear the insecurity seeping out of his ass? Mr. Jock, Mr. Everybody hating on Derek. But as soon as his girl start doing just an inkling of what he has done, oh, what is she doing? Oh, she was talking to this guy for an hour at my event. Hold up, nigga. Oh, so she just supposed to keep sitting there and being a victim of your bullshit, huh, Derek? So now you're a victim, huh, Derek? So you're a victim. So you're a victim. Don't look at me as being the bad guy. We both were bad. What did I tell y'all on that series? The Danae Jackson archetype. 2 narcissists. You're dealing with 2 narcs. 2 of them. And they cannot coexist. They can't. Y'all see what's going on. Keep listening to Derek. We're going to play a little more and then we're going to wrap the show up. But keep listening. I told y'all they can't coexist. This dude triggers me so much. Ha! It reminds you of somebody, huh, Miss Angie? I know. Right, he's gonna play innocent. That's what he's doing. He's playing innocent. He's playing innocent. Yeah, they both were cheating early in the relationship. Absolutely.
Nights in a row. Then one night I came home. I forget where I was at. I wasn't doing, at this point, I wasn't doing anything. I kept going up and down. Came home in the shower. I came in just like me, bro. I'm very affectionate. My number 1 love language is physical touch. So first thing I do is give my kiss and hug. She's in the shower. I go right up in there. And while she's in the shower, she's wet. And she's like, and I'm like, what's up, baby? Kissed her, came on out, and the phone is on the counter with the messages up. And he's like, is he home? Can I slide? And I'm looking real quick and I see the name. She jumped out wet, snatched the phone, and I was like, oh boy. Went to the living room. I searched the name on Facebook, saw some stuff. And I was like, that's the guy that she was talking. So long story short, man, that was a big blow up and we broke up. And then years later, I had heard from some people he was around about what actually took place. And that after we broke up, she had went and stayed the night and they did whatever they did. And it wasn't until we were married, because we had this thing where, hey, tell every sexual experience you've ever had.
Yeah.
Where we were married, and she finally, after he done died a couple months earlier, said what all had actually transpired.
So she admitted to it.
Well, she did. She said, well, she didn't have sex while we were together, but it was afterwards. Me, I'm like, it pales in comparison to what I did. I am not going to get mad. Like, let's just keep it all the way G, so we can sweep this away and get on to the next chapter. But we had the direct answers. We broke up. We broke up because of that. Her and whoever, I didn't care. I moved on, did my thing, but we stayed in touch. And when she moved where she moved to, we kind of reconnected sexually.
She said that at that point,
we reconnected sexually. Now pay attention. See, this is how you know this is all about the brand. Their whole interaction, all of this shit is based around sex. I hope y'all understand this. This is why I asked the question, have black men already been branded? You know, like how you brand a horse? See? They reconnected sexually. They never had a connection. They never established a real connection. They never had. You see? And it is because they attracted their trauma. Derek attracted a woman who would not provide him the emotional safe space because she was so closed in about her being violated by men. So this is why Derek will always feel rejection. He would always feel rejection. But Danae would always feel rejection because Derek will only communicate with her in a sexual way. He just said his love language is physical touch. He lying. His love language is having sex. He believes that is the only connection he can establish with a woman. You see? That is how Derek feels about himself. This is why, like he said earlier, sex to him was performance-based. It's based on how he performs. So he lacked intimacy. And what is the main part of intimacy? Honesty. This is why you don't have intimacy today. Because everybody lying. People lying. A woman will lay next to you butt ass naked and lie. Just because she happy with the sex. This is what Derek has been doing. Derek doesn't know how to make a connection outside of sexual connection. Danae doesn't know how to make a connection outside of sex because she was violated sexually. So she doesn't know how to make a connection. She doesn't know what intimacy is. And she attracted a dude who's actually repulsed to intimacy. See, all that shit Derek was lying about how he liked R&B and all that shit is connected to sex. That shit ain't, that's not connected to him being intimate. Him writing poetry and so he could get in some draws. All of that shit that he's about has something to do with sex. This is why it's so easy for him to feel rejected by a woman. Because as soon as she not ready to have sex or do something nasty with him, he feels less than a person. And Danae probably actually wanted Derek to be intimate with her. But he couldn't. You see? And Danae probably felt, okay, if I give him what he wants, eventually he'll be intimate. Eventually he'll show me that he's actually interested in me. This is what women who get violated in that way, this is what they do. This is what they do. You see? So they both was validating themselves through sex. Danae felt like all I'm good enough is for sex, and Derek felt like I'm not a man unless I know how to perform sexually. And we're going to create this fake love story. And this is what they've done. They created a love story behind infidelity and lies and deceit. You know, don't that sound like love and hip hop? Don't that sound like Basketball Wives? A good toxic love story. Don't that sound like the stories that used to come on? General Hospital, The Young and the Restless. You know, all that shit y'all women like to watch. Y'all love a good toxic love story. They don't break up at the end. They end up staying together. Yeah. That's why you like old Scrappy and Princess. Y'all love watching Scrappy and Princess. Y'all love watching Amarion. Y'all love watching Ray J go through all of his love quarrels. This is what they sell of Black America. Trauma on a plate. Because you already been branded. You already been branded. You see that? What did Derek say? He been watching porn since he was 9. He been watching porn since he was a little boy. Yeah. Sure did. You see that? This is how he learned how to treat women. Through porn. Sex. If I'm a great man in the bed, that makes me a great man. Minus all of the bullshit that I'm about, I can settle all of this in the bed. I can make you forgive me. Just come to the bed. Just come to bed. I'll make it all feel better. This is trauma. This is not cool. This is not good. You see? But this is what y'all didn't know. And y'all bought into this shit. He branded himself off this shit. Y'all thought y'all was looking at a good, healthy man. Oh, y'all just hating on Derek. He's a good man. He ain't shit. He ain't shit. And he's scared to say, hey, I ain't shit. I'm a work in progress. He's scared to say that. Because that's how a lot of them pretty boy niggas are. That's why they love hanging around women. They don't hang around certain type of guys. Because they know certain type of guys not gonna coddle them. Certain type of guys gonna call them out. Nigga, you ain't shit just like me. Shut up, nigga. Why you lying to that girl? You know you got a good girl. Why you lying to her, nigga? That's why he don't hang around certain type of dudes. Because he know you're fraud. He like to hang around where people gonna hide him and put him up and condone that shit. Club Fortune says, I never bought it. A lot of us brothers didn't buy that shit, Club Fortune. We've been saying this shit for years. He ain't shit. We've been saying that shit for years. We've been saying for years, Derek Jackson is a pookie. We've been saying this shit for years. Now you women know for yourselves. So y'all can stop falling victim to niggas like Derek Jackson. Because a lot of y'all women have fell victim to men like him and continue to. And you continue to. You continue to believe lying ass little pretty boy niggas. Most pretty boy niggas lie to get coochie. They don't get coochie because they cute. That's what they tell niggas. But we know. See, the niggas I grew up with, they pretty boy niggas. Skinny niggas. Niggas grew up with long hair. Had the long Omarion. One of my homeboys looked like Omarion. Growing up, girls used to say he looked like Omarion. Another one of my homeboys, growing up, he looked like Snoop. Pretty boy niggas. Another one of my homeboys used to be a model. We was young niggas. Pretty boy niggas. Pretty boy niggas. But who always had the gifted gab? Me. When niggas don't know what to say and she call, you know, because niggas gonna get the number. But when she answer the phone and the nigga get nervous and they don't know what to say, who they put on the phone? Me. You know the nigga that's not afraid to say some shit. Yeah. Me. Yeah. So I know all about y'all pretty boy niggas. We know. We know y'all niggas are liars. All y'all niggas do is lie to get coochie. Y'all, because y'all don't have to tell the truth because y'all cute. Because women gonna believe it. Oh, he wouldn't lie to me. He's so cute. Oh my God, look, I just want to kiss him. So you don't even think the nigga a liar. They go off that. Them niggas go off that shit. And do you know what used to happen? When they girls come around and start asking, who that nigga I was talking to on the phone? They get mad. Like Derek. Oh, so you like my homeboy? Niggas get mad. Pretty boy niggas. Pretty boy niggas. Come on, man. You know all about them. Shout out to my man Ism. Ism said, I'm a model. Shout out to my man Ism, man. Yeah, they be lying, OG. Come on, man. We know the game. We know the game, Zion. We know the game. We know the game. Come on, man. Come on, man. And I see you grad says, my baby dad light skin with freck. See? That's why you like a nigga like Derek. I knew you like you a little pretty boy nigga, and I see you grad. That's why when you first came in here, you was disagreeing with me. All the girls that like pretty boy niggas, they disagree with me in the beginning. Always, because I'm a little too abrasive. Y'all like them easy going niggas. You know, them niggas that put lotion on the bottom of their feet before they put their socks on. Y'all like them type of cute niggas. See, he could never lie. You know, he lotion up between his toes. You know, so y'all just believe everything that these bozo niggas tell y'all. Y'all believe every fucking thing. Everything. This nigga shaved the hair from up under his arms. So you just think he's clean cut. He's pristine. He'll never lie to me. Mm-hmm. And those be the niggas wrecking y'all lives. Them pretty boy bozo niggas. I know you still like Derek. Let's Troll. I know you do, because you're the one who think you can change Derek. And Derek will have your ass in jail. Let's Troll. Your little ass, he'll have your ass in jail with a gun charge. He will run your little ass crazy, Let's Troll. You'll be shooting at him. You'll end up in jail because you crazy, Let's Troll. You're crazy. You need to stay away from pretty boys because you're going to end up catching a charge. That's you, Let's Troll. You'll catch a charge. No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't. Derek will swallow your little ass up. That nigga, Derek will have your little ass looking for him in the daytime with a flashlight and a gun, like you a cop. That nigga will run you crazy, Let's Troll. He'll run you crazy. He'll run you crazy. You'll end up in jail. I'm telling you, you'll end up in jail. That's how they be having y'all. Anything for my man. That's exactly how they be having y'all, Miss Angie. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what y'all be saying about them pretty niggas. I grew up with brothers. I know the game. Stop it. If you know the game, then you wouldn't fuck with a nigga like Derek Jackson. You like playing with niggas, Let's Troll. And that nigga will hurt your feelings. I'm telling you now, he'll hurt your feelings. You ain't built like that, Let's Troll. You're not built like that. You're not built like that. You're not built like that, shorty. You're not. You're not. You're not. You'll be in jail for attempted murder. You're not built like that. I know you like playing with niggas like Derek, and he will have you in prison for attempted murder because you'll try to shoot somebody. You'll try to shoot somebody over him. Mm-hmm. Ism says, stop hating DS1. A player got to Hey, Ism. Hey, I don't get up here ashy, bro. I don't get up here ashy. So I get it. I get it. But we know how you gorgeous niggas are. We know how you gorgeous niggas are. Oh, gorgeous nigga. You old gorgeous. Gorgeous nigga. Cartel says DS1, she gonna be on the next episode of Hey, come on, man. come on. I better ask around. I don't want to ask around, Let's Troll. I don't want to, because I know you violent. You're violent. You don't want to you want to stay away from guys like Derek. Tell her, Miss Angie. Tell her. I've dated better looking men than Derek. They all end up insecure for some reason. Yeah. Derek just told y'all he's insecure. But he's only insecure when he doesn't get what he wants. So that's where the insecurity comes from. That's where it comes from. When he's not getting what he wants, he turns into the pretty boy that he is. And one of the traits of pretty boys is they like to whine. They whine to get what they want. They whine to get what they want. Luxurious Larry. Yeah, oh, gorgeous ass nigga. Oh, gorgeous ass nigga, man. Yeah, she got the Medea complex, Club Fortune. She gonna shoot the hell out of somebody. She knows she needs to stop. She knows she needs to stop. She know. They always bring up their height and money. I'll be like, oh, well. But you like that shit, though. You like that shit. You like that shit. So any dude that he just got to know it's a game for you. You like to play a lot, Let's Troll. You like to play. He's sweat mode when they don't have their way. Now, see with Derek, when Derek didn't get his way, he turned into some other shit, Hey, you already know, bro. You already know that girl ain't built like that. But Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up to today's show. Shout out to y'all, man. I definitely want to come to y'all and bring this to y'all just to show y'all, man. Stop falling for these soap operas, man. Stop falling for the internet soap opera. I spoke on this plenty of times. You know, Obsidian has even brought it up. He calls it the black love industry. That's what he calls it. I don't know. That's maybe what it's called, but he calls it the black love industry. And what we looking at is a bunch of goddamn, it's just a bunch of fucking bullshit for us to read into and to, you know, not focus on what we need to be focusing on. You know, we're more focused on the toxic love story and what actually went behind the story and all of that, instead of actually paying attention to the mechanics of things. This is why when I bring y'all these interviews, I tell y'all to listen attentively, because I want y'all to understand what y'all are actually looking at and stop falling for these online soap operas and these love stories, because that's what this shit really is. They want y'all caught up in some shit so y'all not focused on the real shit. You see? Like, they keep giving us all of this stuff so we can get back to gender warring. Black men and black women could get back to warring, because for a minute with that whole just hilarious thing, it kind of looked like black people wanted to be a family again. See, I got to understand how this shit works. See, when that whole, you know, trans thing came out and you had people on their platforms, you know, using their media, right, to dispel narratives instead of create them, right? It started to look like we was going to get some more heterosexual pride going on here. We don't need heterosexual pride in America today. Oh, y'all want to have kids by them niggas again? Oh no. We have to find a way to redirect their attention. We need to find a way to redirect their attention. They're on to us. We can't let them figure out that this shit is against them and their kids. Oh no. So they got to bring out the actors. They go bring out the actors. Why you think the whole Keke Palmer shit came out? Why you think that came back out? Why you think all this shit coming back out? The 50th anniversary of hip hop. Why you think all that shit is out? They don't want you talking about that just hilarious shit. That's what they don't want. You see that? Man versus the brand. Derek Jackson, y'all. And I'm done with this dude. I'm not even gonna, I don't care what happens between him and Danae after this. I could care less, honestly. I really can care less. Now we should understand they ran a play on us. This is why I told y'all should have went to that girl classes. I wasn't being funny. I was being an asshole, but y'all really should have went, because that brought Derek out. And Derek gonna come back and he gonna clean house and they gonna get this goddamn money. And I guess y'all been donating on today's show, because my goddamn hands are itching. My hand is itching, y'all. Shout out to whoever donated today. I appreciate it. My goddamn hands are itching. When your palms are itching, don't they say you supposed to be getting some money? You know, that's what we grew up. That was one of our sayings in the hood. Your hands is itching. That means some money getting ready to come. So you rub your hands together and you rub them on your pockets. You're supposed to rub your hands together. You scratch your hands, you rub them together, and then rub them on your pockets. So shout out to y'all if y'all been donating today, if y'all been hitting the PayPal or the Venmo. It's very much appreciated, man. Shout out to y'all. My hand is actually itching, though. I'm not even lying. My hand is itching like a mug. NICU Grad says, I dated a Derek already. I don't need no class. See? He was light-skinned with freckles, though, right? A light-skinned Derek Jackson. God damn. Yeah. I'm glad you're here, NICU Grad. I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad you ain't catch no felonies. You had a light-skinned Derek Jackson with freckles? Woo! No, that nigga was a problem. She said it might be. No, it's not eczema. Look at my hand. It's not eczema. Look at you always trying to be funny with your little ass. Talking about it might be eczema. Ain't no goddamn eczema, not in the middle of my hand. Look at you trying to be funny because I'm talking about your boo. Talking about I got eczema in the middle of my hand. Y'all crazy, man. But I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Stay tuned. I will be having some pre-records dropping. I'm definitely dropping some shorts. So y'all stay tuned for that. I'm gonna be premiering some shorts and things of that nature. But I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to all the visionaries. Shout out to everyone for coming through and supporting today's show. Most importantly, I'm glad you guys are here, whether you donated or if you didn't. Your presence is a donation. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Don't forget, get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of today's show. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Hey, Kwafi, you're going to have to catch the playback, bro. But salute, man. Salute to all the visionaries in the building. Salute to everyone for coming through. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. I'm going to see y'all on Monday. Might see me on Sunday. Who knows? DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.